We are live.
Episode 200, baby.
Episode
200, and couldn't come with a better topic.
Whoa. It is like, episode 200, and RFK gets confirmed. Make America Healthy Again, which is a phrase that you and I have pretty much started.
Yeah.
What a good ass day, dude. You have a good day?
Oh man, it was a great day. It was a great day. Elijah Schaefer stopped by the house. That was a great time. Awesome. He tried calling me, and I was running a meeting, and so I hung up, and I was about to call him back, and I see, I'm like, hey, he's like, hey, I'm outside your house. I looked out, I'm like, no, you're not. And he's like, I'm going through the roundabout. I'm like, oh shit, all right. So there he was. So he came, hung out a little bit. We're gonna go train at the gym tomorrow. It's gonna be fun, man.
Yeah, I saw that he's thinking about moving there, right?
It looked. I think he is. And that'll be great. I'll be on his show a lot, and I love Elijah, so it'd be good to have someone to hang out with, who has a similar lifestyle, right? Like, wife, kids, my wife and him got along. My wife gets along with everybody though.
Yeah, your wife's awesome.
Yeah, they got along. She'll get along with his wife. Like, it's good to have that. Like, we got Gina and Adriano, that beautiful couple. We have them, but it's cool to have people in this space that we're able to hang out with, and we can reciprocate, and I can go on his podcast. We can have some fun. I think that's good. I think it's good to have a community. I'm trying to get all the cool people to move out here. We got the Daily Wire, but Shapiro won't have me on.
Too funny.
Well, but good news is Elijah and him hate each other too. If you remember just take the vaccine, you dopes, that was actually in response to Elijah.
Right, exactly. We got
to balance out.
It does make it different for people like people that do what we do. To you got to be around other people that understand it. We don't have too much in common with school teachers and shit.
Yeah. It's funny. My wife was just talking one of her high school friends. It's like 50-50. It's really odd because we were in California, and 50% went right, conservative, and the other 50 are just complete shit libs. And she was talking to one of her conservative friends who don't watch this program, so they'll never figure out that I'm talking about them. And they were like, can you believe she became a shit lib? And it's crazy. It's crazy because I knew all these people, right? We went to the same high school. Right. So the ones who went conservative, I'm not shocked, right? Yeah. Like, they were pretty, decently, not retarded, but the other ones, there's one that kind of, I'm like, that one surprised me. One, not a surprise at all, but I mean, here's the thing. One became a teacher. So when you go through that education process, they indoctrinate you. I think that's what I think that's where my ADHD was going with this, but I think I saw a squirrel, so I got I kind of fucked up. I was like, what the fuck, man? No, I mean, so I could be in the middle of a sentence, and all of a sudden, a completely different topic comes in my head, like airplane.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, then I'm like, what was I talking about?
I'm very familiar with that.
It works. It's very fun at board meetings.
Yeah, I'd imagine. Dude,
I'm just at that point, I will literally I have a big one of these. It's double the size, and I'll put 2 scoops of mental jewels in it. I'm just sipping it all day, just just trying to keep my shit together. I'm chomping on nicotine gum, just trying to keep everything together. I'm like, I can't do this. I'm trying to keep every cognitive fucking aid I have. I'm using it in that situation because I'm partially retarded.
I tell people all the time, I consider myself neurodivergent, but in a very good way. You know what I mean? Yeah. I wrote an article not too long ago where ADHD is like a superpower. It
is.
It's a superpower that absolutely needs to be harnessed, right? And that's the problem with that's another problem with our educational system. People like me and you kind of get lost in the educational system. So many people acted like I couldn't learn and shit like that. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there bored as fuck. You know what I mean? It's just a weird thing. And I just think that that's another reason to get rid of the Department of Education, because it's breeding mediocrity. Everybody, they try to keep everybody at the same level. Bitches, I'm smarter than you. Why the fuck keep me there? But
and I also think that our education process is off, right? You go to the Nordic countries, and I don't know if this has changed or not, but it used to be that they had like 70% of their education was experiential, aka field trips. And our education system is all classroom, and then you get like a couple bullshit field trips a year. So they're not actually learning the processes and learning everything. So it's fascinating how I just think we're on an antiquated model, and it's basically teaching kids to be subservient, not question things, not question authority, not be creative. And it's the antithesis of what we want to create in human beings, where we want to develop human beings to think on their own, to develop on their own, to be creative, to be leaders. And we're just not developing that in a system where if you're like you and I, and you have trouble sitting in a desk or a chair for hours on end, you know, that you're punished. You're going to be, you know, staying after school, in school suspension. And, you know, we've had issues that my kids, not as much, you know, as me, because I think they're just better behaved and just better kids. But, you know, where it's like, oh, well, Preston's moving around. I'm like, he's a fucking athlete. What do you want him to do? You think it's not normal for a kid that age to sit in place and listen? That is not what kids do. And so it's been.
I also think it helps that you understand it though too. You know what I mean? Like it helps that you're I trust me, I get it. But like
she's like, just sit down and shut up. I'm like, hold on, woman. Hold on. It's easier said than done. When you when you have, it's almost like a fucking form of Tourette's when you know, you're like, and like, I remember I used to get in trouble with the teacher because I would win debates. I mean, well, that doesn't make sense. Like math, obviously not. Math is math. Like math is, numbers don't lie, right? There was a TV show, Numbers, and it was awesome the way he explained it. Like numbers are the only truth, right? Like math isn't racist. Math is just fact. Like 2 plus 2 will always equal 4, right? But when we're talking about historical context, and we're in like, they made a mistake of having a current events class in junior high, and the teacher would go and say shit, and I'd be like debating him. I'd be like, that's not how it would. I don't agree. And they'd be like, you're gonna get in trouble. I'm like, I thought we were supposed to like discuss this shit. It's called current events. It's happening right now. Fucking Mr. Anderson, you prick. And he was an okay guy. He was actually okay. But yeah, I used to always get in trouble for that because I would literally be like, excuse me, I disagree.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, here this guy goes again. And they thought I was trolling, but I just had to say my point. I was like, no, that's not how it works. Or I'd question historical facts. Like, that's where I'm crazy.
See, my thing is, and my son's actually in the chat. I can see him, but he got this from me when he was like 7 or 8. He came home the one day and he was like, can you teach me about physics? Because I love science and shit like that. So we're talking about vectors and force and inertia and all sorts of shit like that. And he goes to school the next day and embarrasses his fucking teacher, his math teacher, with it. Like, just like embarrasses it. And I'm like, here's me thinking like, I can't even argue. You should know that shit. You know what I mean? Like you should honestly know that shit anyway. But the other thing I was going to point out, our education, here's how you know our education system is fucked up. The same people that run the food service programs for a healthcare system run the food service programs for the education system, then also run the food service programs for the prison systems. Prison and school, like if you walk into most prisons, like most county jails, they're built very much like fucking high school, like a high school.
That's awesome.
They have the cafeteria, they have they have the pods, they have everything like that. So they're just getting kids ready to go where they're going to end up, like they're going to end up in prison. So that's a fucking bad thing. That is not good. So we're going to have to just talk about the new Department of Health. Yeah, baby. Look at that.
RFK. We have steroids in the White House. Let's fucking go. Everybody, TRT. We're replacing no TRT isn't just for trannies anymore, man.
No, hell no.
TRT is for old fucks like us, man. Where America's gonna be jacked, America's gonna be fucking tan, America's gonna be just flowing with vitamin D and testosterone. America is back. America's better than it's ever been. We got the best Department of Health leader of all fucking time. This is our moment. This is the fucking, let me think. This is the fucking Bill Belichick of fucking leaders of the Department of Health. And he replaces another man, Richard Levine, who was a mentally disturbed fat woman.
But you know,
I mean, how are the Democrats even arguing? It's like, look who you guys put. I'm like, are you not seeing the fat? Let's take the whole tranny thing apart. Like, forget about that. That doesn't matter. Whatever. Forget about the transgender thing. Doesn't bother me. Whatever. You wear a wig. You're fat. You should not have a fucking fat person in charge of health. That's it.
I completely agree.
I mean, the whole like penis and wig thing, not an issue for me. I'm good. Yeah. I'm not going to make that argument. You're fat.
Yeah. Slobbingly, like sloppy fat. But here's a common misconception that a lot of people, especially a lot of apparently leftists, don't know that that dude with the wig on, or I guess he's grown his hair out. So good for you, bro. And again, for those of you that are getting very upset, I'm not misgendering him. I'm calling him what he looks like. You know, it's not misgendering. There's no such thing as misgendering. It's just calling you what you fucking look like.
Like fucking Jabba the Hutt?
Yeah. But he's not actually the HHS secretary. He's the assistant secretary. You know that?
I did not know that.
They just present him. And apparently a lot of these leftists don't either, because
Today's news. Let's talk about why it's so dangerous that RFK is in charge of the Department of Health.
Okay, she has no soul.
Go out with some very quick facts.
Well, look at the eyes. Like, first of all, why the fuck do they always have these eyes? Like, why?
Because they're fucking demons.
Yeah, I mean, god damn. Like, what? I mean, that is some serious SSRI eyes right there, bro.
Okay, so is that what it is?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, shit, like fucking 180 million people were on SSRIs or something like that. Something insane.
Is that true?
I think so. Give me a second.
That is wild. SSRIs, I'm not a fan. I'm definitely not a fan.
They've been shown not to really help depression. They actually have SSRIs have a black box warning on them for depression and suicidal ideation. Like the things we give to depressed people have a black box warning for depression and suicidal ideation.
So we should use it to cure depression. That makes sense.
Of course, it makes perfect fucking sense. You know, it's just like it's like when a woman has PCOS and she has larger than normal androgen levels. The cure, of course, is TRT. I mean,
never enough test.
Yeah, testosterone cypionate. I mean, if you're going to go with it, just fucking go with it, right?
Hey, man, when in doubt, just take more test. Yeah, that's how I live my life. You know, if you're not pissing blood, you're not trying.
Right. Seriously. So let's listen to this demon talk for a second.
In light of today's news, let's talk about why it's so dangerous that RFK is in charge of the Department of Health. I want to start this video out with some very quick facts about the last few secretaries that we've had. RFK's predecessor, Rachel Levine, is a pediatrician. She is a 4-star officer. Prior to this job, was the assistant to the Secretary of Health, and for the last 4 years was an admiral for the Public Health Service Commission Corps. Her predecessor under Trump was also a pediatrician.
Oh, hang on. I think you're skipping a few people. It's weird how they mention facts. So let's go here.
So much fact.
Oh, perfect. But actually, Xavier Berkera has been he is the actual HHS secretary under Biden. Rachel Levine, that dude was always the assistant, and he's a lawyer. Just so everybody understands, he's a lawyer. I mean, him and RFK have that in common, except RFK actually does environmental law. This guy does like constitutional law. He has a long history in politics, law, served as a member of the U.S. House of Representatives from 1993 to 2017. Before his role as HHS secretary, he was Attorney General of California. So obviously super fucking qualified. Fact, right? I mean, this bitch fucking brings up facts. Alex Azar from 2018 to 2021, lawyer. Before serving as HHS secretary, he was a lawyer and worked in various roles in pharmaceutical industry. Okay. Sylvia Matthews. She has a background in both public and private sectors, becoming an HHS secretary, director of office management under President Obama. She was also involved in various roles in the Clinton administration, including chief of staff of National Economic Council. So
sounds very healthy.
Not a doctor either. Kathleen Ziblius. Yeah. She was the governor of California, and she also has experience in public health, but she was not a doctor either. So
Governor of Kansas.
All these people that keep saying like he's not qualified, he's more fucking qualified than all those bitches. It's wild how they don't even give a fuck about actually telling the truth.
How did Richard Levine get the 4 stars? They gave
it to him. Yeah, they were just like,
I've given you 4. It's not like motherfucker went to war. Like I mean, if Trump could be like, all right, you got 4 stars. Go ahead, Mark. Yeah. I could be a 4-star fucking general too. It's like a fucking honorary doctorate.
Oh yeah.
Like an honorary doctorate. So there are programs out there that literally you just pay a couple grand and they're like, they look at your life experience. Oh, you look like you've done some shit. Honorary doctorate. Boom.
Dude, we should both have one of those.
It's not that hard to do. I can show you the college. I can show you examples, but it's an honorary doctor. If somebody comes to you with a doctor in their name and it's from a university you've never heard of, chances are it's an honorary doctorate. And chances are it's bullshit. Yeah. There was no dissertation involved. There was nothing. You just paid money.
You Rebecca Stan. So here's another liberal tier.
MAGA bitches, come and get me. Well,
come and get me. Hang on, let me show you what he wants to come and get. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Come and get me. When you are built like this, shut the fuck up about health. Shut the fuck up. When you are super low fucking muscle mass, the arms are fucking like what, 8 inches? Shut.
Well, there's also he's balding because why is he wearing a hat in every picture?
Well, then there's the beard overcompensation for him being a pussy. You know.
Hey, hold on.
Hey,
I'm not overcompensating with my beard.
Yeah, but you're not overcompensating. He's clearly overcompensating. Like both of his arms are smaller than one of your arms. So
true.
Yeah.
I mean,
but let's go back.
So he sounds tough.
Yeah. Here we go.
Coming out of Washington, RFK Jr., I guess, just got confirmed. This is going to be a total disaster, and I'll tell you why. So I'll have a bachelor's degree in a few months in business, okay? That doesn't give me the right to go cutting into people's brains because I've got a bachelor's degree in business, and this is...
By the way...
I wasn't aware RFK was cutting into brains.
He's not... I wasn't aware of that either, but remember how we went through the phrase that there's like liberal, white, crazy people, and then there's crackers, and then there's then there's hillbillies, and there's honkies. He's a honky.
It's a very fascinating conversation we had.
Yeah, he's a honky.
No different than what this dumb fuck has. He's got some bullshit degree, which is not a doctor, which is not science-based.
A law degree is a bullshit degree?
I mean, environmental lawyer.
What the fuck? I mean, okay, I have a marketing degree. That's a bullshit degree. We can all agree on that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to debate that fucking one, okay?
Right.
My marketing degree is a bullshit fucking degree that does nothing. It is a fucking waste of paper. However, from a university nobody really fucking cares about, right? However, like my daughter's going to Kelly School of Business. That matters. That's a degree.
Yeah, that's a degree.
The shit I have is literally the equivalent of this cool little pamphlet I got from Chase for opening a new account.
Yeah.
This is about the worth of my fucking degree. This is it.
So it amazes me how these people don't fucking get it, right?
Oh, look how tough and scary he looks, though.
I know. I mean, well, that's why.
Thank you for taking it off the screen. It was very scary.
My nipples were getting hard. I was getting scared.
Your nipples get hard when you get scared?
Scared. My wife and I were just talking about that. Have you ever seen the movie The Gallows?
No, I have not.
It's a scary movie from like 10 years ago. And on Facebook, we watched it on Valentine's Day, right? And it was
sounds romantic.
Oh, we watch scary movies on Valentine's Day. I'm weird like that.
That is weird.
But so we leave, and I post on Facebook, the Facebook I had before my YouTube Facebook. But so I posted on my Facebook. I was like, The Gallows is a scary ass movie. So scary it made my nipples hard. And it's just the truth. Like hard, excited, or scared, excited, just about anything. The wind. They just fucking stand erect.
Ah,
Things you need to know about me. Yeah.
Well, I mean, never enough. We never know enough.
Yeah.
That is fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. The hard nipples from scary movies.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it scares you so much. It's like it causes constriction. Yeah.
Yeah, the left losing their mind is the greatest, and we're reveling in it because every single talk show I'm watching, every single conservative sphere, Tim Pool, Matt Walsh, they've all done videos on what we did videos on last night, and it's awesome. I want everybody to do videos on it. I want everybody to, because they will never win an election, because the youth vote is what's going to win. Because boomers and, the Gen X and boomers, unless the boomers die, they're voting pretty much how they voted. They're not going to change. We've all decided what team we're on. But the young people, they're like, who do I identify with? Well, those people are fucking nuts. I don't even care what the other people are about, but I'm not going with those guys.
And I think that's so true. Like, I think that's what they're just so, they don't even, it's like they don't even realize it. Like, well, let me tell you why this is a bad pick. Like, bitch, shut up. Like, you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about half the time. And that's why I think they just alienate people. And they just keep pushing people away. And MSNBC is not helping them. Have you seen this?
Probably not.
Give me 1 second. We'll do this one. Oops. Here we go.
There's no volume. Is there supposed to be volume?
Oh, hang on. I know what I need to do. Hang on a second.
Is Twitter? Is the volume on?
No. I know what I did. I need to share the exact screen with you. There you go. Bang.
Science.
Now
Donald Trump is out speaking
there it is.
at the lectern before RFK Jr. will be sworn in. When we come out of this, we're going to talk to a practicing physician and expert in health systems management. That person's going to give us everything about what it would mean, with the purview and the remit for RFK Jr. So let's listen to this, and then we'll come out. We're not going to listen to this. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. We're going to watch this for now. Joining us.
They're not going to listen to it. And then
the good news is nobody cares. Nobody listens to MSNBC anymore. Like, seriously, their ratings, like here's how bad they are. And this is, definitely shitting on us. I bet you we probably get more total views between the platforms we're on. And that's not acceptable. They have an entire fucking studio team, camera guy. We just have mics and laptops.
Yeah.
We're just two dudes who sit down after we have a day at work and just rant about shit. Like, we literally go to our normal jobs, we flip on the fucking computer, and we talk. And we're probably getting more views than MSNBC. In fact, I'd like to see that measurement. I bet you we're not far off.
Probably not. We're probably not far off at all. Watch hours. I bet you we're not far off. Watch hours. We do well on Spreely. We do well here.
And they do it all fucking day. It's all they do. And they have a team. They have a marketing team. They have a fucking advertising team. They have a fucking news team. They have storyboarders. They have all this shit. Cameramen, sound men. We don't even know how the fuck to use our shit.
Well, you know why they're freaking out for this, for the reasons that you and I said they were freaking out before.
Pfizer.
Pfizer. They're freaking out because they're about to lose their revenue. Like, they're totally about to lose their revenue. Schumer decried the fact that RFK wasn't a pharmaceutical or insurance company executive. As former, I mean, like he was upset that he wasn't in the insurance or pharmaceutical industry.
Are they trying to lose every election from this point on? That's the question. Because Americans, like, here's the thing. One of the reasons that I'm so sketchy at Big Pharma is because I grew up a Democrat. So the Democrats were always like, oh, big corporations, big pharma. And so I'm like, yeah, fuck them. And now the Democrats are like, no, we need more big pharma. I'm like, wait a second. I was talking to Leo today, the Overcome podcast. And we were talking about, like, RFK was crazy. You might remember this. when I came out and I'm like, dude, I'm voting for RFK. All the MAGA people were like, he's a shit lib. You need to vote for Trump. Then I'm like, no, I like RFK. It's what I want to vote for. And then I changed my mind after the assassination attempt, whatever. Yeah. And then RFK, but I was still like RFK. I was still pro RFK. I just didn't want my vote to go to waste. I knew it could be a close race between Trump and I even for Harris. That's how she's faded so fast. And so the funny thing is, now I've stayed pro RFK. Nothing's changed. My position has not changed. I voted for Trump, but I liked RFK better. I'm still here. Okay, follow me. I'm still here. Mark has not changed.
Right.
The right wing is like, oh yeah, brother. Oh yeah, you're one of us. I'm like, huh? And then the left wing's like, you're a Nazi and RFK is a white supremacist. I'm like, okay, I'm so fucking confused right now. Like,
it's so fucked up.
The left is such a cult that they will literally go. Now the Trump people didn't hate RFK. They just didn't want him as president. They didn't want you to waste your vote. And honestly, he has some really shit-lib policies. And I say that as someone who loves the guy, but I don't want, other than the anti-war and the, and the health stance, I don't agree with him on his policies, right? I just don't. But I still like the guy. I think he's a great guy. I met the guy. I love him. I think he's great. I think he's great for America. And I think it's good that we have someone in there who's a little more socialist thinking, who's a little more, you need to have those balances. But the crazy thing is, it feels like my entire life in politics as an American can be summed up through this whole election process. And that is that I have stayed here. The left has gone way off the rails and the right's just like, come on board, my man. We need all the help we could get.
Absolutely. The thing I really liked about RFK the most, because I remember when you said you're going to vote for him, I was like, well, I'm voting for Trump because I don't want to split my vote. Like, I've been big since 2022 of like, all right, we need to rally behind Trump because this shit's got to stop. We can't take another 4 years of this shit, right? But the thing that RFK is doing now, the thing that absolutely 100% sold me, and if he would have run on this for president, it probably would have sold me away, and I would have done everything in my power. Is he has been talking about he's going to advise Donald Trump to ban pharmaceutical advertising on TV, right? That is the biggest thing, and that's what people don't get. Like, if you want to take a look at the actual issue that all of mainstream media, Hollywood, all these people have with them, all these people, by the way, all these people, Hollywood, mainstream media, check back 10 years ago. They all loved Robert Kennedy Jr. They all loved him, like absolutely loved him. He's a fucking Kennedy, right? And they all loved Trump. Years ago, they all loved Trump too. Every single one of them. Trump is a fucking cultural icon. I mean, in rap music and everything, they all loved him. And now that they're all of a sudden going to be affecting the pocketbook of Hollywood, mainstream media, the pharmaceutical industry, because this will take trillions of dollars away. This move breaks the back of the dragon. You know what I mean? Like, this move breaks it, because then they lose complete narrative. It's $1 trillion, yes, but they lose narrative control completely. Like, it's absolutely gone. They can't do the buy off of pharmaceutical ads of, like, have you ever wondered why sometimes you watch a pharmaceutical ad on TV and you don't even know what the fuck disease it's for?
No, like, it's just ask your doctor. And it's like they're like on a swing, like just some fat chick on a swing over flowers and fucking bunnies. Then all of a sudden then it just goes into the side effects. You're like, those sound great. Like, I can't wait to have anal leakage, but what the fuck is this thing? Why would I get it?
Right. Exactly. That's a payoff. Basically, it's narrative control. They're 75% of advertising for Hollywood and for mainstream media. So they get to say, hey, you're not going to talk shit on the vaccine. That's why it was so fucking crazy on social media for a while. Like, immediately, like, dude, I was thinking about you today, by the way. I'm writing an article about how it shouldn't be called cold and flu season. It should be called low vitamin D season. And I'm going to try to find. I'm going to do a video and try to find like and say Mark Loeb. I'm testing YouTube. I'm going to be like Mark Loebweiner was right, and I'll play part of your video, and then I'll do the thing. Oh, because for those of you that don't know, Mark's YouTube channel was crushing it. 400-some-thousand subscribers. Tiger Fitness. You should go subscribe. And he was just killing it, putting out content nonstop, everything like that. What you were getting like 30 or 40, 50,000 views a video, daily videos. Yeah. And he mentioned that like, hey, you called it, you didn't even call it COVID.
Coronavirus. It wasn't called COVID yet. That came in like May when they started calling it COVID. And it was April, like April 10th or something. Yeah.
Yeah. You called it coronavirus.
And I talked about, vitamin D every 3 years, about every 3 years, it just depends. It's as good as the flu shot, which is 10%. And it varies per year, but vitamin D is consistently 10% protection.
Yeah.
Whereas the flu shot can range between 10 and like 27, 30. And so I'm like, hey, I don't know what this corona thing is. I don't know. I know what you guys know, but I know that the data we have on viruses shows that vitamin D is just as effective as the flu shot in about 33% of the years. And so whatever you do, just make sure you get adequate vitamin D. And I'm like, but you don't even have to buy it from me. Go buy it from Walmart, Target, Vitamin Shop. I don't care. Just take vitamin D, stay healthy.
Right.
And that was the video that did me in.
Yeah, in the article I'm writing, some of the data is really neat. You know that for elderly people, the flu shot really doesn't work. Like it shows it to be absolutely no difference. And the same thing with fat people. Yeah, and for fat people, most traditional vaccines don't really work for fat people.
Is it because the inflammation, perhaps, or
inflammation, and then most traditional vaccines, it's like it has a lot to do with the extra adipose tissue. You know what I mean? So yeah, they don't really work. And they don't tell anybody that because doctors make $40,000 bonuses if they have 63% of their practice vaccinated every year.
That is wild.
Yeah, it's true.
That is absolutely wild.
That's why when people come to me about like RFK, shut the fuck up. You don't. I mean, I'm sorry, but like both those bitches, I know they can talk all the shit they want. I was in healthcare. I was an executive in healthcare. All of you can shut the fuck up. It is a industry that does not in any way try to make people healthy whatsoever. It is about money. That is, we need to remove that. We need to absolutely remove that. Nobody's getting healthier. Everybody's getting sicker. They're just maintaining sickness longer. There is nothing more valuable to the healthcare industrial complex than a sick child. If they can make your child sick at 2, but make it live to 100, that is 98 motherfucking years of them making money off that kid.
So sad. It's kind of like customer retention, right? Like we look at, like Tiger Fitness has something like an 83% customer return rate or some crazy number like that.
Banging. Yeah.
And so that's how you measure business. Like, can you get a customer to return? Because a lifetime customer, it costs a lot of money, more than ever, to get a new customer. Customer acquisition is astronomically high right now, depending on your industry, right? But for customer retention, you don't have to pay to keep them. You just have to keep them happy and give them good service.
Right.
So the crazy thing is, look at it from like a business standpoint, same as me. I want to keep my customer happy so they come back and shop with us. Whereas Big Pharma wants to keep the customer sick or just sick enough where they feel a little better so they're not dead, so they can keep medicating them and have return customers, repeat buyers. It is crazy, but that's what we do. And the government gets, and they've made so much money doing that. They're able to pay off the government so they could do even more shit.
Yep.
It's crazy.
That's why, it's when everybody's like, Trump has a radical cabinet. Good motherfuckers. We need some change and shit like that. We can't just keep, I think me and you talked about that in 2020. It can't just be the same thing. We're drowning. We're getting more and more in debt, and we're just absolutely drowning. It's time for all this bullshit to go away. All your social issues. Here's my thing. You want to bitch about abortion? You know what? I don't fucking care. I really don't. I don't. I hate to even say that. I'm pro-choice because I don't believe the government should have a say in what you fucking do. I really fucking don't. I truly don't.
I don't know,
think it's a
man.
matter of-
I don't know. What about the limits, though? Like, if you were
The
truly
limits,
pro-choice,
limits, yeah, limits, absolutely.
then the
because at
government
some
is
point-
telling you what to do.
Yeah, but limits should be a moral thing too. So,
But so should abortion.
yeah.
If you're willing to kill a child at 6 weeks,
Mhm.
you're as morally compromised as someone who wants to kill a child at 18 weeks.
Well, it's not a want. I personally don't make the choice, but I personally don't choose for other people either. However, I will say this: if it can live outside the body, that's too late. I mean,
But
that's how I
isn't
view
it the government telling you what to do then too?
Well, no, I don't think the government, like, that's the thing. I don't think the government should step in about marriage either. Like, I think this should be a societal thing. Not to mention, I will say this straight up. If we took better care of children and made it easier for people to raise a child on one salary, it would make things a lot fucking easier. I think that would cure a bunch of it. Because right now, it's not even a fucking possibility. You know what I mean? It's truly not.
I think there was a debate about this online. PDB was involved in it.
Mhm.
And he's like, you just got to fucking do it. Just go work harder. It might not be the luxurious life you wanted, but it can work.
You know,
you might not drive. You might not drive that $90,000 SUV, but it can fucking work.
It's not that easy as a single parent. It's just not.
Well, why do we have single parents then? There's another issue we need to get the root of.
But that's what I was talking about. Like, it's not that easy as a single parent. If you're a single parent, you have no support. That means you have to pay for childcare. Childcare is $1,000 a week.
Childcare is wild.
Okay, I mean, like, if we have all these government systems set up to, like, you can buy the kids soda, but you can't pay for childcare. How about we pay for childcare and then fucking the person has to go to work and then earn the money? You know what I mean? And not only that, it's stuff like that I view very differently. You know, but also again, I worry about my personal liberty, and everybody, as long as it doesn't affect my personal liberty, I don't give a fuck. But you know, there's that shit. Like, but back to what I was, like, literally what I was saying before we ADHD'd it. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. I want no debt. I want no debt. I want absolutely fucking no more deficit. If Congress runs a deficit, if our government runs a deficit, we should fucking fire everybody. Mm-hmm. They're overspending.
Well, Marjorie Taylor Greene said that last year. She's like, you should fire me. Fire all of us. Yeah. We're fucking terrible. Like, we don't belong here. That was the most Congress real conversation we've ever heard.
Right? I mean, Congress has had like an 11% approval rating for fucking 20 years, and we still reelect the same stupid motherfuckers.
Well, you got Maxine Waters from my hometown of Inglewood, California, getting reelected every year. She's like the crypt keeper. She incites violence. She's a horrible person. And yet Feinstein was elected up until literally she died while voting.
Yeah,
like,
she did.
That's where we're at right now. Like, people just, look, we showed during this election is that voting works.
Yeah.
Voting fucking works. People don't vote in those fucking midterms,
People of this country.
Speaking of Maxine Waters, bro.
There she is.
There she is.
This fucking
God, look at that. Look at that fucking mug. Listen to what she says. Listen to what she says.
People of this country are being violated because all of our privacy is being taken up by Elon Musk and Trump, and we don't know what all they have on us. We don't know what all they have on us.
What all they have on us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're getting to the substance of what she said versus the fact that she can't fucking speak English.
I know.
This is a fucking congressperson. What all they have on us.
Yeah. Fucking crazy, right?
What all they have on us. I'm pretty sure, like, again, not a doctor, not an English professor. Pretty sure that's not even close to proper English.
Right.
What all they have on us. Like, all does not need to be there if you're wondering what I'm talking about. Like, what they have on us pretty much is all you need. She added in an unnecessary word.
And I mean, just fucking, it goes to show, they know, like, if you ask me, the rats know that the ship is sinking. Like they're like, oh fuck, we're about to be exposed. We're about to be exposed because and it's weird that they keep frothing these people. I don't know. I know you don't go on TikTok, but I go on TikTok to find the fat acceptance people and then all that shit. But there is reel after reel after reel of like people like, so Trump voters, you're regretting your vote now, aren't you? So many Trump voters are regretting their vote. Like, I don't fucking know any motherfucking body that regrets their vote. Like, I mean, anybody, I haven't seen one video.
I'm beyond happy. I'm shocked. I am shocked at how good it's been. Like, I did not expect it to be this good. What's really fascinating though, is speaking of how good it's going, how much we spend on defense?
Yeah.
A fuckload. So imagine if we were able to go to Russia and China and say, hey, what if we all cut our military budgets and we just, I don't know, not fight? Let's listen to good old Donald J. Trump.
One of the first meetings I want to have is with President Xi of China, President Putin of Russia. And I want to say, let's cut our military budget in half. And we can do that. And I think we'll be able to do it.
Okay. This is the coolest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's literally like, hey guys, look, man, if you don't cut your shit, it's not fucking good. You want us to cut our shit? All right. But even if everybody cuts it by the same, we're still outspending them by a whole lot. But he's like, hey guys, let's retain our power positions, but let's all make a pledge to cut our military budget because we need the money. And look, none of us want to die. None of us want to have a bloody war. Let's just fucking calm the fuck down, cut our budget, and let's move on. Let's just get along. Let's have world peace. So the Democrats always talk about this big globalist agenda and world peace. They don't want world peace. This is how you get world peace. You go to your adversaries, hey guys, we don't want the smoke. We just want to make money and trade and fucking do that shit. Why are we spending all this money on shit we don't fucking need unless we get into a fight? Hey, how about we just not get into a fucking fight? Let's cut this shit. Spend the money on good shit. Russia can go get vodka. China can get a bunch of fucking wontons. And everybody is fucking happy.
So half of our military budget is about $500 billion a year.
Yes.
So, and that's awesome. I especially if we can immediately, like, because it's like people don't know how much we spend on shit. We spend more. It's like $900 billion, $950 billion for the total military budget for the U.S., right? We spend more on that on the interest payments on our debt.
Wow.
We spend over $1 trillion on the interest payments of our debt. That's unfucking sustainable. Like, no, unsustainable.
It's not sustainable, but the good news is we don't have to go to war anyway.
Right.
Because the UK is going to do that shit for us, man.
Oh my God.
Is from Timothy. Whoa, that's a weird way to spell Timothy.
Camouflage.
Milovanov. The UK should send troops to Ukraine after the US refuses to provide Ukraine any security guarantees. Oh, so the boots on the ground that we've not been sending and the billions of dollars, those don't count. The UK reaction to Trump. Ukraine's surrender will be the greatest betrayal since Poland in 1945. We must put Ukraine in the strongest position. What did Poland do in 1945? I thought they were on the winning side.
Yeah, but also,
I don't know. I don't give a fuck. Not my country. So here's what's wild. The British are like, fuck, man, we're not at war anymore. Fuck.
Yeah.
Let's go start. So here's the problem, dude. Well, let's listen to what he said and let's kind of discuss.
Is forced to surrender its own sovereign territory to Russia. It will be the greatest betrayal of a European ally since Poland in 1945.
So by not wanting your country to get completely fucking leveled, you're betraying. Okay.
But President Trump says Ukraine.
Okay. Can I bring up the fucking elephant in the room?
Sure.
Shave the fucking head, you twat.
Yes. It's so annoying.
Jesus fucking Christ. Can we stop with the horseshoes?
Yes, please.
Every fucking day I have to say this and no one's listening.
The grandpa ring just got to go.
Oh my God. You're not fooling anybody. Just fucking shave it.
It's like they basically fucking comb it all the way into a fucking circle on the top. Fucking just shave
Yeah,
that shit. Make
fucking-
it clean, motherfuckers. Make it clean.
The British are fucking just disturbing. These are disturbing people in their cuckery.
Their cookery. The
May
cookery.
end up Russian. And he wants American money back. I think we all fear where this could end.
I don't know, world peace. We would really fucking hate it to end in world peace.
We're not afraid of. We don't fear where it could end. We're not afraid.
We voted for this. You fucking horseshoe having motherfucker.
Yes.
Fuck.
And the dangerous implications for our defense.
You don't have a defense, Britain. You have us.
No. Yep.
You guys haven't had a defense since World War II. And by the way, thank you for the Battle of Britain. I actually did a college term paper on that and got an A.
Nice.
So I know all about the Battle of Britain. You guys fought. That was fucking bad. Germany came in here and Britain's like operating on fucking planes from World War I. And those motherfuckers were like, fuck it, we fly better. They fucked them up. I respect that. But it's been a long time since 1943, horseshoe guy. And y'all ain't done shit.
Horseshoe guy.
You guys are so fucking woke. You're arresting people for making mean tweets. Like fuck you, Britain. Fuck you, UK. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You fucking fascist pussies.
And take Canada with you.
Security.
Yeah, fuck you. Well, Canada is kind of the UK. They still recognize the Queen.
Well, not only that, but like, I mean, I still see. We talked about that the other day. No, I still see a lot of them talking shit, motherfuckers. If it wasn't for us with the huge ass military underneath you, you guys would get run the fuck over. You guys would somebody would take over your country like every fucking week.
Yeah, it'd be great. I think we should just invite them. Trump should say, Russia, it's only a quick flight across the Pacific. Like,
we could be neighbors. Yeah, we could be neighbors.
Yeah, because Trump is owned by Putin, right?
Yeah, jeez.
So can the Prime Minister reassure this House that he and other European leaders have given sufficient support to President Zelensky?
Because Zelensky's been without support this whole time.
That's fucked up.
My man's literally living in poverty.
Yeah, of course. Nope.
So that he can't be bullied by Trump and Putin into accepting a deal who will effectively hand victory to Russia.
Prime Minister.
God, they're so fucking dumb. And why does that guy in the far right look like Nick Fuentes?
Oh my God. Is that Nick Fuentes?
I think it is Nick Fuentes.
Somebody show him a picture of a penis and see if he gets hard. We'll know.
That's the Fuentes test. Oh God.
Yes, that's the Fuentes test.
As he knows, I met President Zelensky in Kyiv just a few weeks ago at my 8th meeting. The position since the outbreak of this conflict has been a united position across the House of supporting Ukraine. And I was able to reiterate my position, which is we must put Ukraine in the strongest possible position. That matters now just as much as it mattered at the beginning of this conflict, the strongest possible position. And I did discuss with him what more we can do, what more our allies can do to put Ukraine in the strongest.
Cool. Go ahead, guys.
Good.
Have fun.
Good.
And when Russia nukes you into fucking next century, then we could talk. Because guess what, guys? They have more nukes than even we do.
Yeah.
Like,
This is
dude,
fucked up.
dude, don't look, man. I hate to bring it up because the Jew thing, right? But like, you saw what happened to fucking Hamas, right? And the Palestinians, right? Like, you don't pick a fight with someone bigger than you, right? Like if I see someone with cauliflower ear, I'm not fucking with them. I'm not doing it. But these motherfuckers, Russia's over there. Dude, they got fucking people there who wrestle bears.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
That's not the country. Bro, that is not, dude, don't fuck with Russia. I always tell motherfuckers, if don't fuck with Russia. Those people are fucking crazy. Like they like cold weather. And I'm not talking about just like 40 degrees. I'm talking like
Siberia.
Oh my God.
So but here's my thing. Have you noticed this? Everybody is all of a sudden really pissed that we're not giving money out no more. Like why do we need to be a bank for everybody? Like why do we need to bring the bag? You know, if you guys want to support Ukraine and give them all your fucking money, go right the fuck ahead. I still say, and here's my thing. I'm saying we should still give to Ukraine. We should absolutely give to Ukraine. We should give all of our illegal immigrants to Ukraine. They have a low population now.
Yeah.
I mean, we
should definitely. We should take the hot chicks. A lot of hot chicks in Ukraine, dude. I'm telling you, there's a lot of OnlyFans.
We'll do an exchange for
yes, that is how you do it.
Because they need more men. They've killed off all the men in Ukraine. Like, I mean, they basically put these motherfuckers into a meat grinder. So we can take all the illegal immigrant men and the illegal immigrant women, send them all over there. They can repopulate there after we have the like cool people from Ukraine come over here.
Yeah,
I like that idea. I think that works out perfect.
So we trade the immigrants for hot chicks.
Yeah.
Blonde Ukrainian chicks.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I don't.
And that way they have their own country.
Nobody's objecting.
Yeah.
I even think I have space at my house. I'm a humanitarian, bro.
And let them war with Russia. and see what happens to these legal immigrants.
Dude, I'm serious, dude. It's fucking wild. It is everything's wild. The Britain's like, we're gonna go up against Russia. Motherfucker, shut up. Russia would fuck you up. The only reason Russia hasn't fucked you up yet is because of us.
Yeah.
Go ahead, piss off Trump. Yeah. Oh, dude, go ahead. Piss off Trump. Piss off Trump. See what happens.
Yeah, I hope Trump pulls out of NATO. Like, why do we support most of the fucking world?
Fuck NATO.
Yeah.
We should have been out of NATO years ago. Oh, the UN needs to be gone.
Yeah.
We're on the exact same page on that. The UN needs
only.
to go.
I'm not even America first. I'm America only at this stage, you know? If it doesn't fucking financially benefit America and the citizens, I don't give a shit. We don't need to give nobody aid. I had somebody else message me today, like, I can't believe you'd let people starve in someplace else because you're against giving foreign aid. I don't fucking care. Like you missed the whole fact that I called myself a demon if my wife hadn't found me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't fucking care. I want to take care of my freedom, my family's freedom, my friends' freedom. That's it. That's all. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what happens in any other fucking country. I don't. I wish you all the best, but it's not our responsibility at all. And that's the fucking fucked up thing that they were able to sell these fucking leftists on. And that's something I never bought as a leftist, but somehow we're supposed to take care of everybody in the fucking world. Like, it's somehow our responsibility. Oh, well, we're the richest country in the world. We are $37 trillion in debt. We are not rich. We pretend to be. We are a fitness YouTuber renting a fucking car to take pictures in front of that motherfucker.
I was just gonna say that shit. We are Instagram rich, bro.
Yeah, we are.
We are literally renting a house, renting cars, and taking pictures with them, and have no retirement, no savings, no 401k. We're just fucking. And guess what? If some shit happens, we're fucked.
Yeah,
they're gonna Brad Castleberry us right out of this shit.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the truth. So everybody says that, well, America's richest country in the world. We can be, we could be, and we fucking should be. And I have said many times, I believe we're going to find out when it's all said and done that $37 trillion in debt is actually $37 trillion in corruption or more. I would almost guarantee that shit. But until then, we are poor as fuck, people. We just pretend not to be. Okay, like we pretend not to be. It's so ridiculous. Like, we're the wealthiest, richest country in the world. We do this. No, we just act like we can just keep printing fucking money, and then we bitch when fucking prices go up.
Yeah,
it's insane. We need to cut costs. The government should spend next to no goddamn money. The government should spend money that it brings in tariffs. That's it. And if they run out, you run out. I'm so sorry. You know, like, what the fuck? It's wild that we don't even fucking see it that way.
No, it's I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious. I'm like, what are you going to do? I know we're on the right track because they're really mad at Elon and he did nothing wrong. Really mad at him. Really mad at him. That's why I know that we're winning because he's about to find some shit and they're flailing. Yeah. Oh, they're so hard. They're trying so hard not to have it happen, but there's nothing they can do now.
Speaking of Elon, have you seen this? He's such a fucking... This is funny shit right here. Give me a second.
Oh
Have
my
you
God.
been crying like a bitch over Elon Musk? Do you find yourself sobbing at the thought of your taxpayer-funded transgender basket weaving club losing its funding? You may be suffering from a common condition known as libtardism-induced meltdown. But don't worry, there's help. Introducing Grow-A-Pair, the revolutionary prescription solution designed to help you accept reality. With just one dose a day, you'll start to understand that tax dollars aren't meant for gender numeral electric vehicle startups in Vietnam. After taking Grow-A-Pair, you may notice life-changing improvements, such as smaller man boobs, the ability to fund your own transgender basket weaving without relying on Uncle Sam, and a newfound indifference to the defunding of the U.S. Department of Slope Sidewalk Studies. Grow-A-Pair won't solve all your problems, but it can help you stop fixating on who's going to pay for DEI pudding packs in Cambodia.
Side effects may include dry mouth, increased common sense, employment, smaller man boobs, and lower taxes.
Ask your doctor if Grow-A-Pair is right for you, because adulting is hard, but it doesn't have to be. Have you been crying like a bitch?
I fucking love it. I fucking love it.
It's just, it's fucking classic. So, before we get in this next story, which I found fascinating, what did the four fingers say to the face? Slap.
Oh my God. I think I saw this.
So Taco Bell security guard slaps a woman for no apparent reason. And we'll discuss, I think there was a reason. But yeah, let's play this one. So watch here real quick. If you go back here, she actually raised her fist. So he pulls her off. Look, she's in the cockback position. He's just blocking it. And he literally puts his hand up. See, he goes to block it. See his left hand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Slap.
Why did he pull her back in the first place? We know.
I have no idea the context of this video, but he was asking her to leave, apparently. Yeah, he slapped the shit out of her. I have no idea what the context was, but it went viral. I'm trying to see if. Okay, the homeless woman was told to leave the Taco Bell canteen in downtown LA and didn't comply. She then proceeded to go up to kiosk and order food she couldn't pay for, and as such, the security guard reacted this way.
Well, I mean, I don't ever like a man raising his hand to a woman, but if she's going to hit you, I mean, he at least used his open hand, you know, like.
Oh man, that was a slap. I don't. Yeah, that's not how I would deal with the situation. You don't.
Me either. Yeah.
As a security guard, you shouldn't. I mean, last resort is hitting somebody, whether it's a slap or a close fist. Like if you're a bouncer, your goal is to subdue them. And that's why one of my son's wrestling coaches, huge guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Division I wrestler at Oklahoma. Guy, he's like 6'2". He was 300 pounds, but he slimmed down. And he's not going to hit you. He's just going to grab you and do what the fuck he wants with you. Mm-hmm. So the goal of security guard is not to strike. That's the last resort. That's when you have to, your last resort is to put somebody out basically. But your goal is to restrain them, calm them down, and remove them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So he could, with a girl that small, he wasn't a small guy. He could have easily gotten to her back. He could have dragged her out, placed her outside. And if he needed further help, he could have called the police because he's only a security guard.
Right, exactly.
While I laughed at the four-finger slap, I don't think it was the right move. I can't agree with that. People are like, there's more to the story. I'm like, no. There's rules of how to do this shit. You don't just pimp slap people. Okay, I understand low-paid security guard, whatever, but at the end of the day, I don't care what your pay is. Do your job. It's like we have these things where we have a ref shortage in Tennessee for wrestling. So the refs we have right now are absolute dog shit. And people are like, well, you know, we have a shortage. So like they're doing their best. I'm like, I understand that. I appreciate them. But like, if you're going to do something do it the right way. Like, learn how to
Mhm.
do it. Be a student of it. Learn what you're doing. Because you might be taking away some kid's chance to advance to the state finals because you can't fucking ref.
Mhm.
And but I understand there's a shortage, and a main reason
Right.
for this, and they pay them pretty well too. Main reason for shortage is what talented person wants to spend their weekend for $50 an hour or 75 an hour reffing fucking kids wrestling? Like,
Right.
I'm the only idiot who actually enjoyed. I don't do it anymore, but I would go and ref soccer games occasionally. You remember when I did that? I'd be like,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm gonna. What are you doing? I'm like, you know what? I need to go out and get some fresh air. It's nice out. I'm gonna go ref a soccer game. And so people like me, and I'm a pretty good ref. I'm not the best, but I'm old enough to know the rules and know, have some semblance of rationale, and also dealing with the kid. Part of being a ref is dealing with parents, especially soccer.
Yeah.
Soccer parents know what I'm talking about. So I used to start it off. So I used to love being the AR, being in midfield, too much work. You have to run too much. Sorry.
Yeah.
And you're tired. You're running like 6 miles. Sorry. So I'm the line judge. So I would go at the beginning of the game. So I'd have whoever the other AR was be on the player's side. I'd be on the parents' side where the fans are, because it's always like players on one side, fans on the other. I go, hey, guys, just give you a heads up. I'm human, and I'm going to make at least one call that you're going to disagree with this game, and maybe more. So if I make a call in error, in your opinion, in your favor, I want you to cheer for me. And if it's in the other team's favor, I want you to just quiet down, or I will kick you out. And that was it. And they'd laugh, and we'd be like, cool. And then during the game, like, if I'd make a call that was, whether it was the right call or the wrong call, which most of the time it was right, probably about 95% of the time, they'd over cheer. They'd be like, yeah. And then if I'd make the pat call they didn't like, be like, can we talk now? I'm like, no.
No.
So it's just a matter. But that's the thing about being older on the field, right? Is that I look, man, like, a lot of times you have a kid and you have like lawyers and doctors yelling at you, like parents, adults, like people you're supposed to listen to as a respect your elders, and they're yelling mean shit at you. For me, dude, man, I'm in my 40s and I'm doing pretty well in life. So you're not above me, and you're not going to fucking yell at me. All right. That's how it's, but I was saying that in other words. I'm like, look, man, I'm too old for this shit. Like, I'm just here because I like soccer. I like kids. I like helping out. And and the money I donated, every dime I made as a ref, I would directly that night donate it to a charity.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Fucking $50 is going to do much for me. So I'd be like, all right, well, tonight I'll give it to an animal shelter. Tonight I'll give it to kids with cancer. So it was just, for me, it was just a way of like getting out and doing that. And I looked at it as charity work because I'm doing work, and then I'm giving the money to charity. So I looked at it like as good as going doing charity.
Hell yeah. That's fucking perfect.
But I never kept the money. I made it a point to donate it that night. I feel like it's gone. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. But
it's still doing something productive, you know?
And you know me, I think youth sports can save the world. And there is a ref shortage. I just don't have time, and my kids don't play soccer. So my ref shirts, they're just sitting in my closet, and they're hideous. They're like green and fucking pink and yellow. Because, refs have to wear colors no team would ever choose.
Yeah, pink. It's nice.
Pink, yellow, and green. That's my ref shirts. And I have my flags and whistled. I got my red and yellow card. I'm ready to rock. I still use my whistle, though. What's up?
Did it come with him on it?
No, it did not come with him. But yeah, so that's what a hell of a week, man. We got Tulsi, we got RFK, Kash Patel. Looks like the way this is going, it's a JD. Worst case, JD breaks a tie.
Yep, that's awesome.
We're about to get the Epstein list.
And now, everybody, I have something I wanted to end this with that's a little different. Instead of ending it on an ad that we normally run, I wanted to play the video that got Mark basically in trouble with YouTube last year.
You're so kind.
So here it is in its entirety. I hope you all enjoy it. It's about 5 minutes. It is still wonderful, actual information about health and vitamin D and preparing for viruses and stuff like that. And in the comment, after you're done watching this, because this is an important video, you guys should all stay and watch it. In the comments, tell me if you think this was worthy of them literally going after this fucking channel, the Tiger Fitness channel, which was doing very good, helping a lot of people. They went after the channel for this video because I think it's just completely wild. And that is something else we're going to have to deal with at some point in time once everybody's together. But this right here, this is Mark. And besides that, we'll be back Monday. I'm going to try to line up a few guests for next week too. Now that we feel that we're safer because we have the people in office that we need to have in office. And I hope you all have a great weekend, man. I hope you have a great weekend, dude.
All right. You too, my brother.
All right, here we go.
What's up, everybody? So check it out. So COVID-19 is going crazy, and we're getting a lot of new data in. And I want to state to start this off, I'm not a doctor. And the first thing you say, what are your qualifications? Well, I don't know. You guys want Bill Gates to make you a vaccine? He doesn't even have a college degree. And what I do know how to do is read studies. I know about health. I know about supplementation. I know about exercise. That is what I do. That's what I spent my life learning and doing and all that stuff. So I've put together a list of ways that you can help prevent health complications from getting different kind of viruses and things. I saw a statistic last week that absolutely blew my mind. 66% of new COVID-19 cases in New York were from people who were locked down, not essential workers, not paramedics, not people at Walmart, because obviously you can't get the damn thing at Walmart, from people who are locked down and following the rules, so to speak. So I put together a little cheat sheet and again, there's an article, all the references are down below. Here it is, the link between health, vitamin D, and COVID-19. Now, here's the thing. In 2017, the flu killed 80,000 people in the United States, and that is with a working vaccine. However, studies have shown, in fact, the study I'm looking at here, that vitamin D has been shown to help. In one study, investigators found that daily or weekly supplementation had the greatest benefit for individuals with most significant vitamin D deficiency, cutting their risk of respiratory infection in half, and that all participants experienced some beneficial effects from regular vitamin D supplementation. Administering occasional high doses of vitamin D did not produce significant benefits. So basically, keep your levels high. You can't just supplement vitamin D when you get sick. You have to keep it in your body. Another thing, this one absolutely floored me. 95% of those admitted to the hospital had comorbidities, such as high blood pressure and a lot of obesity related comorbidities. Obesity itself is a comorbidity. Now, here's another one. And again, all the references. Regular exercise plays a starring role in keeping you healthy and preventing illnesses. It strengthens your immune system and helps fight viral and bacterial infections. So the thing is, the flu is still here. Now we have COVID to deal with. So what do? Well, being sedentary and staying indoors is not the answer. Okay, it's not the answer. I don't believe these lockdowns are the right move. However, you know what? Hindsight is always 2020. So check this out. In hospitals, 85% of those in the ICU versus 57% of those who were floor patients had a deficiency in vitamin D. 85 to 57. It's a huge difference. So when you look at the flu data, it's not hard to see the correlation that vitamin D has in keeping you healthy and preventing viruses, not necessarily preventing you from getting it, but preventing severe complications from the environment. However, let's talk about comorbidities. This is from the Journal of American Medical Association. The authors found that 94% of the patients had a chronic health problem, 88% had two or more. 3 had prevalent conditions were hypertension, 56%, obesity, 41%, and diabetes, 33.8%. So here's the deal. Let's not just talk about supplements. How do you increase your vitamin D? I'm doing it right now. Direct sunlight. Experts have been recommending around 10 to 30 minutes multiple times a week. Just don't get sunburned. Just go get about 10, 15 minutes of midday sun. Okay? Exercise. Do it outside. Then we can have the sun and you can have all the benefits of exercise in one. Go outside, resistance band training, walking, hiking. And look, I've been fighting for weeks to get gyms open back up. Go to the gym, resistance train. Look, here's the deal, guys. You can't hide forever. We have to get active. We have to move. Okay? Number 3, and this is just to make sure, supplement vitamin D. Look, you don't have to buy my brand, but vitamin D3 or Vega D3 from MTS Nutrition is a vegan source for you vegans. It's also a very high quality source from lichens. Most vitamin D is sourced from sheep wool grease. That's right, from sheep wool grease. Whereas ours comes from a renewable source called lichens. It's like a mossy thing that grows on the side of hills. But supplement with 5,000 IUs of vitamin D per day. Of course, check with your doctor and see, get your levels checked, and then give you a more accurate prescription. Some might want you to take 10, some might want you to take 2,500. Ours comes in 5,000 IU for that very reason. Anyway, guys, that's what I got for you. Article link down below. All the references are here. Check it out everywhere. We referenced everything from fake news CNN to WebMD to a bunch of different studies, guys. We got it going on. Anyway, thank you for watching, and stay safe, stay healthy, get out there, get active, and get some D up in your mouth, because that's not a game.